You asked me what? Hey guys, today we're going to talk about 5 questions that you should never ask your realtor. Hey everyone, I'm Palm Beach Paul, your local realtor and guide to sell for a living, and welcome back to my channel. So we're coming to you from beautiful Palm Beach Gardens, Florida here. It's a nice warm day. Our cold front wasn't very long lasting. I am freezing, folks. It is 57 degrees out here. That is not normal for us in Florida. I got a leather jacket, blue jeans, and tennis shoes, not flip-flops and shorts that you normally see me in. It was nice while we had it, but we're back to nice normal weather. Matter of fact, I can almost need to roll these sleeves up. But today we're going to talk about, there are 5 questions you really should never ask your realtor, and it's important that you know these because you want a realtor who's ethical. That's very important. And if they are answering these questions, well, technically it's illegal to answer them, right? It's a violation. It also goes against our core values as realtors and our ethics. So we're gonna make, it's not gonna be a long video, but it's gonna be an important video because these are 5 questions that come up all the time, but you really shouldn't answer or ask your realtor, but I will help you find ways to get the answers you're looking for. Man, I gotta get in the shade, it's warm. All right, so the first question that comes up all the time from buyers moving down, because I work with a lot of people who are moving here. It could be anybody. They could live here in Florida, or it could be like a lot of you who live out of state. But the one question that comes up a lot is, hey Paul, who lives in this neighborhood? So quite often I'll get questions like that. Hey Paul, is this neighborhood full of young people? Is it full of old people? Is everyone in here retired? And I really can't answer those questions. What I can say is you can drive through the neighborhood and see what you think about it. You could ask if this neighborhood's full of headbangers and a bunch of rock and rollers and stuff, and maybe that's your gig. I don't know, because I don't know every single person that lives in this neighborhood. Remember, I'm a licensed real estate agent, and although I've probably helped people buy in this neighborhood, or maybe I've sold a home in here, that was all based on their real estate needs and the property that met their needs, not whether they were gray hair or blue hair or whatever. So it's a common question, and I know a lot of people will ask it, but the best advice as a licensed and ethical realtor that I can give you is to get in the neighborhood after we've looked at the house, and if the house meets your needs, drive around. Because I will tell people it's important to drive through a neighborhood and you're looking, because you may have a noisy neighbor. You could have someone that has a loud truck and you don't want to hear that at 6 a.m. every day. That might be a reason for you not to buy that house. Those are reasons, but I can't answer questions based on anyone's race or their ethnicity or any of that. So please don't ask that question. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, another question that I get asked probably more than any question, almost more than any, is, are the schools any good in this neighborhood? Guys, I'm a parent. I've raised 2 boys. Totally get it. A lot of my friends I work with, they're all parents. We all have kids that went to school. And I understand where the need for that information is coming from. But again, as a licensed realtor, it is against our rules and our policy to answer these questions about this school is safe or this school is good and this one's not. And here's why. Every school is different, and everyone's personal needs for their child is different, okay? Some kids or some parents have their kids go to Catholic schools. Some kids have their kids go to a Jewish temple. Everyone has a different thing that they want for their kid. And most importantly, my kid didn't go to all these schools, right? My kid went to the school that I put my kid in. And even that was a personal choice. It's not a discussion that I'm gonna have with a client, because we're talking business here. You have to find out what's important for you. Now, the best way to do that, and the way I can guide you, is I can give you a link to greatschools.org. There's a couple of websites that you can go search, and those websites will rate the schools. But keep in mind, I was a musician, right? So in my school had a really, really cool drum section. Like our percussion section in our marching band was really good. Yes, I was a band geek. You can make all the jokes in the comments down below. Okay, haha. But I was a kick-ass drummer. Other people were into the arts. Like Dreyfus School of the Arts. There's kids that are really talented and they're performing arts. You have other kids who are like super smart in mathematics. So there's a lot of different schools in South Florida, and depending on what's important for you and your family and your child will be a decision that you'll have to make. So I can't tell you this school is better than that school because I have no idea. but there are a lot of great schools here in South Florida. There's a lot of private schools, and I'm more than happy to help put a list together for you. Greatschools.org. I can even get you a list of all the private schools, and then you can do that research on your own and find the school that's right for your kids. So you know, we just had the college national championship. Congratulations, Ohio State. Sorry, I'm a Longhorns fan. And hey, Fighting Irish, you did well, you made it, but I don't know, maybe you should have prayed a little more, or maybe thrown a Hail Mary. I don't know, just kidding, guys. You had a great season. All right, so that leads us to our third question that I get quite a bit, and that is, hey, Paul, is this neighborhood near a good church or a synagogue? Guys, no bueno. We cannot answer those questions. Also, people will say, is it within walking distance? I literally can't answer that question either. I can't even put that in the MLS. It cannot say within walking distance. Here's why. These are all things that would be HUD violations. We're not allowed to say or mention those things. What we can say is within distance of a house of worship, but more importantly, what you can do is Google. Guys, we live in a world where Google answers everything. YouTube's second biggest search engine in the world, Google owns it. So you're gonna go on Google and you may type in and look where this neighborhood is. And when you look at that neighborhood, you can search for those things yourself based on what type of house of worship you want to attend. So it's a common question. We get it all the time. And there are certain neighborhoods that may be close to them and I may drive by them, but I'm not legally allowed to answer that. So what are we gonna do? Well, first, if we're the Fighting Irish, we're gonna pray a little harder for next year. And if you want to move into a neighborhood that is close to a house of worship of your choice, you're gonna go on Google and you're gonna look at the map and you'll find it right there. And trust me, if Google's your friend, you'll find all the information you want. So, all right, let's go to question number 4. All right, here's question number 4 that I get quite a bit. So, is this neighborhood good for families or is it kid friendly? Again, these are questions that I understand why you're asking, but as a licensed real estate, and more importantly, what I've said all along in this video, a realtor who has ethics. And let me just pause for a second and tell you why it's important, folks. You want a realtor who follows the code of ethics as a real estate agent, because they're handling your biggest transaction. Don't you want someone who's going to be very ethical in guiding you from start to finish on that project? You do. And all these questions that I'm saying that I can't answer, those are all part of being a good realtor. We are not allowed to answer these questions. So, is this neighborhood a good family neighborhood? Well, here's one way you can find out. Get in the car. If you like the house, come back on a Saturday, drive around, go look at the park. You see a bunch of people out there playing kickball and soccer, and you see a bunch of kids, then maybe it's the neighborhood that you might like. You may also find out that it's pet friendly. Someone like me, I love walking my dogs. I love talking to my neighbors when they're walking their dogs. Maybe you see a bunch of people there that have their dogs. That's, you know, dogs aren't quote unquote protected by HUD rules, but it's nice that if you find a neighborhood and there's a bunch of dog lovers and pet owners like you, it might, you know, make you feel more comfortable. So, you know, you want to, again, you want to get out there. You got to do a little work. I'll do all my work for you as a licensed real estate agent. I'm going to make sure I can get you the best deal. I'm going to do all the stuff that a realtor does. Look at the house, look at the recent sales, talk to you about the things that I can tell you. Because I didn't mention this earlier. What can I tell you? Well, I can tell you that shops at PGA West. If we were looking at a house around here, I just had a delicious lunch at this restaurant over here. I can tell you that. I can tell you that the beach from right here is about maybe a 20-minute drive, and you can be at John D. MacArthur, one of the best state parks with a beautiful beach, which is hardly ever crowded. I can tell you that. Guys, I have a wealth of knowledge of someone that's lived here for 30 plus years and been a realtor for the past 13 years here in South Florida. I have a lot of knowledge and things I can share with you that can help you through the process. I just can't answer certain questions, all right? So, again, if you like what you're seeing, please give me a big subscribe, okay? Do that. Be sure to smash the like button, ring the bell so you get notified, because guess what? Every Sunday at 10 a.m., just like the news, I'm delivering a video to you so you can see what life is like here in South Florida. So, all right, I saved the best. Well, no, it's the best, but it's definitely the one question I get asked the most. So let's answer numero uno. By the way, I'm right around the corner from the PGA shops that we just had lunch at Salute Market. That's a great restaurant. I had a really good blackened chicken sandwich. And we're just over here at these townhomes. I don't know the name of these townhomes, there's not a marquee, but I did look up, and one recently sold for about $532,000, 2-bedroom, 2.5. So, you know, if you're looking at Palm Beach Gardens, which is a fantastic city, by the way, if you like, there's a lot of great shopping and dining up here, then reach out to me, because maybe one of these will be on the market or something similar to that. But it looks nice, and well, the one question I get from everybody that comes down and they're looking to work with a realtor, and lots of realtors get this question, is...
Drum roll, please.
Paul, is it safe? Guys, gals, people, we can't answer that question. That's the number one question, and again, I know why you're asking, and I feel for you. I can empathize, because I know you're coming from upstate and you don't know Florida and you don't know the neighborhood. It's like dropping me off in the middle of Manhattan. I wouldn't know anything about it. But as a realtor, we're not allowed to answer that question. Here's the deal. I'm not a police officer, folks. I don't know what the crime statistics are for this neighborhood. I don't have a clue. I don't know if it's safe or not safe. There are many neighborhoods that look perfectly fine. I mean, let's take a look at some of the NFL football players recently. Some of the guys like Joe Burrows, right? His house was robbed. Does Joe Burrows live in a safe neighborhood? I don't know. He lives in a house that's worth millions of dollars, probably has a security system, probably has a guard, but whatever. So look, crime can happen anywhere. So the best way to answer this question that gets asked by everybody is, Paul, how can I find out this information? Well, that I can help you with. I can tell you to go look at your police blotters, find the information up with the city, look at police reports. You can do a lot of research online and circle a neighborhood. I've actually had customers call the sheriff of a certain area, or the police department, said, hey, is this area? And the police officers, they're allowed to answer that question, because they enforce the law. So they'll answer and tell you, well, we had this and this here. If that makes you feel better, then pick up the phone and you want to call them. But a realtor should never, ever answer that question. And if they are answering that question, shame on them, because they really shouldn't, because they don't know if the neighborhood's safe or not. They don't have any clue. They're just trying to get you to put an offer on the house. So now, another great source for you. This one, you will get your answers on this one, folks. Facebook groups. Boynton Beach. Just for example, I've had people that were looking and they said, Paul, what's Boynton Beach like? I said, well, if you want to find out the answer to some of your questions, go on the Boynton Beach Facebook group and put in the question. Now, fair warning, you're going to get all kinds of answers from all kinds of people. And some of them, well, I don't know. There's some people out there that are just angry at the wind. But you will get a lot of answers from people. So go to Facebook groups, ask some questions, drive the neighborhood yourself again. Reach out to the police. They'll answer questions. You can talk to them. The police officers are like, yeah, you know, they'll tell you what's going on. But keep in mind, folks, that crime does happen everywhere. There isn't any place that's 100% crime-free to my knowledge. I mean, okay, I don't know all the facts. Again, I don't know the facts. I'm not a police officer. So this is a big question. It gets asked all the time. And it's really important that you do your homework to make you feel comfortable and not relying on a realtor who really his only job or her job is to know the value of the house and if it's a good deal for you. All right. So guys, this was a somewhat quick video. I think these are important questions that come up, and I wanted to address them for a lot of you who are new and are sitting on the sides waiting to buy a house. Many of you never bought a house before, so I wanted to make this video because, again, I'm always trying to educate you. We have fun on this channel, but also as a licensed real estate agent, my job is to educate you and make you feel that, hey, this guy's got it going on. He knows what he's talking about, and he's ethical. He's a good guy. I can feel comfortable using him as my realtor. So with that, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next Sunday at 10 a.m. And wherever you are in the world, get out and enjoy paradise. Talk to you next week. Don't ever...
Bloopers.
La 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 la.